John, I suppose it's, first things first, it's been a difficult week for the football club, but back in the bread and butter into the league game, disappointing result in the end, but you gave it everything out there.
Yeah, I think it's always difficult when you have to deal with what the boys and the club and the fans have had to deal with this week. It's obviously a very, very sad time for everybody, and losing a character on a person like Ollie is very difficult to take. So I think the players were accredited themselves over last weekend, and over at the funeral, and celebrating Ollie's life. And we've obviously got back to business then kind of throughout the week to focus on the game and to try and come here and get some points on the board. And I thought the performance levels were good. The shape at times was very good. Restricted Shelbourne to limited chances. And I think at times when we won the ball back, we probably could have had a little bit more quality. But when you're fighting for everything, you can understand at times why the players make the decisions that they do. But ultimately, it's a penalty decision that could have went either way. That has cost us coming away with something today.
It's probably very frustrating from you and then the players. You give so much towards it, and it is that one moment that is the difference.
Yeah, I think. Look, it's very hard to criticise referees. They only get one look at it and they have to make a call. But I thought the call was made very, very quickly. And I think sometimes you can take a breath and analyse the whole picture and then make a decision. And I think the decision was made very quickly, which was probably the most disappointing part. If he'd maybe took a second or two and then made the decision, probably would have been an easier one to take. But I still think where the ball ends up and the two players, it's very difficult to see, and I think it's a very, very it's a call that could have went for me either way.
I suppose the flip side of that, you must be so proud of, not we want more than the victories, but the reaction from the side. They hammered the Shells goal behind us in for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, we've obviously changed the shape, and obviously the shape at the start was to contain and to try and hit them on the counter with Dara's pace, which he'd done a couple of times. I think there was a coming together in the first half that probably could have been a penalty, but that wasn't given. So, but yeah, I thought we contained their key players quite well over the piece. Harry Wood, he's an exceptional player, and he played probably more back passes tonight than he has played over the whole season, and I thought that's a credit to the boys. But yeah, I think you look, as you said, the reaction, how they responded to going a goal behind. It would have been very easy for their heads to drop and to feel sorry for themselves, but they didn't. They rolled the sleeves up and they tried to get themselves back in the game. And on another night we could have got the equaliser and come away with something, but unfortunately it wasn't a big.
I suppose the tension turns very quickly now to St Pat's doubleheader back to Richmond Park for you as well. Mm-hmm. It's just a bit of a novelty, the fact that the Cup and the league game come so close to each other.
Yeah, I think that sometimes the Cup sometimes throws that up with such a small league when you've got limited teams in it, so you can sometimes have that where you have back-to-back games against teams, and both at Richmond. It's a difficult venue to go to, which we know. We'll understand we're going into the game as underdogs. Pats have got some very, very creative players in their team, and they're a well organised side, but we'll certainly do our work this week to make sure we give ourselves the best chance to get through to a semi-final and try and kickstart ourselves and get going. Yeah,
it's a huge game for the supporters to look forward to as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way the other ties are as well. Both first division teams are at home. Obviously, draw at home to Shamrock Rovers. There's opportunities for upsets, and we're hoping that we can cause them.
Thank you very much, John.